When people talk about visual effects today, they mention Marvel, Avatar, or big budget superhero films. But long before all of that, there was The Lord of the Rings, a film trilogy made more than 20 years ago. Yet even today, many shots still looks better than modern CGI. So, the question is, how do they do it? And why is The Lord of the Rings still considered VFX masterclass? Let's break it down. The biggest challenge of The Lord of the Rings was simple to say, but impossible to execute. Create an entire fantasy world and make people believe it is real. Middle-earth had hobbits and humans together, massive armies, talking creatures, magical environments, creatures that never exist. And remember, this was made without modern GPU rendering, Unreal Engine or AI tools. Everything had to be planned, shot and executed perfectly. Let's start with one of the smartest techniques used in the film, forced perspective. Hobbits were supposed to be very small, but instead of shrinking them digitally, they used different camera distance, custom built sets, precise camera angles. So, when Gandalf and Frodo sit together in one shot, they were actually meters apart in real life. No CGI, just pure filmmaking intelligence. This saved time, money, and gave the scene a real physical feel that CG alone couldn't match. Now, let's talk about the character that changed VFX forever, Gollum. Before Gollum, digital character existed, but they didn't act. Then came Andy Serkis. He didn't just provide a voice, he performed every emotion, every movement, every expression. His performance was captured and later transformed into a fully digital character. This was one of the earliest and most successful uses of motion capture for emotional acting. Today, motion capture is common, but Gollum was the reason studios believed it could work. Behind all this magic was Weta Digital. At the time, Weta wasn't a giant studio like today. They literally grew while making these films. They developed new rendering techniques, new crowd simulation tools, new creature pipelines. They didn't wait for software to exist. They built it themselves. Those huge battle scenes, thousands of soldiers, each one moving differently, fighting, running, reacting. This was done using a custom-built software called Massive. Instead of animating every soldier manually, each digital character was given a basic AI behavior. So, every soldier made decisions, reacted to surroundings, fought independently. This technology became the foundation of modern crowd simulation in VFX. Here's something many people don't know. A lot of environments in The Lord of the Rings were not fully CGI. They used miniatures. Highly detailed miniature that were scanned extent using CGI, composited with live action footage. The hybrid approach gave environments real lighting, texture, and weight. That's why Middle-earth feels tangible, not plastic. Here's the most important lesson. The VFX in Lord of the Rings doesn't feel outdated because CGI was used only when necessary. Practical effects were always the base. Every shot served the story, not the spectacle. They didn't ask what's look good, they asked what feels real. That mindset is missing in many modern films. But let's also be honest, the success came with a price. Artists worked extremely long hours, under intense pressure, with no clear industry protections. Many of the problems VFX artists face today, crunch, burnout, job insecurity, started becoming visible during this era. The films were magical, the process was not always. The Lord of the Rings is not just a movie trilogy, it's a proof that technology alone is not enough. Planning matters more than tools. VFX is strongest when it supports storytelling. Even today, every VFX artist, beginner or senior, can learn something from these films. So, next time you watch Lord of the Rings, don't just see the magic. See the artist, the innovation, and the belief that impossible things can be created. If this breakdown inspired you, you're already thinking like a VFX artist.